by a Chinese investment firm whose CEO has been described as, quote, an ardent Chinese nationalist. Xi Van Fleet was born in China, and she lived through the Cultural Revolution. She joins us now.
She was definitely born in China. She about to tell y'all the real deal. She's like, look, man, I was born in China. I know. She probably not going to say it like that. Let's see how she say it.
Now, Xi, always great to have you on. You know what? I've been following a lot of stuff with the CCP. I didn't even know that they were, owning or donating to 240 schools. Explain to our viewers why the Chinese would want to have this happen, what they're up to.
Yeah, I think it's so important for Americans to understand that CCP, since its founding in 1921, always regard America as its arch enemy and has been never stopped working to weaken and undermine the United States in order to...
Never forget it. She was born there. That's the first thing they said. She knows. Never forget it. They consider us their arch enemy at all times. Everything from China is poison. Allegedly. I'm sorry. I don't want no problem with China. I'm just saying. Shout out to China.
Replaced it to be...
Oh, yeah. I owe y'all 10 push-ups from that cousin. My bad. Here I go.
Become world superpower. And education has been the very important battleground. And since the early 2000s, they started with the higher education, with the Confucius institutions everywhere in the United States. And then they moved to the public schools with donation and exchange programs such as sister school programs. And now they're moving towards private schools, buying a lot of them. And so in 2015, they bought the high school, New York Military Academy, where Trump attended. And why? They're not here to make money. They're not invest to make money. They're here to take over American education and turn our classroom into the little red classroom and our education into American education with CCP.
They taking over the world on the low. You know they bought most of Africa too. Like most of Africa. Like 99.9% of Africa belong to China. Allegedly. I don't know. But that's what I heard, though. Hold on. I missed a little bit because I was doing my push-ups. I'm going to try not to cuss you. I swear to God.
Towards private schools, buying a lot of them. And so in 2015, they bought the high school, New York Military Academy, where Trump attended. And why? They're not here to make money. They're not invest to make money. They're here to take over American education and turn our classroom into the little red classroom and our education.
Well, could you teach them some of that math? Because I heard that nobody can't count no more. They said everybody math is off. So why y'all taking that over? Could y'all bring your math with you? Like y'all master chicken wings? Could y'all master, I don't know, the multiplication tables, whatever?
Into American education with CCP characteristics. What they really want is generations of people like Hassan Piker. This influencer just went to China and then told his millions of followers that China offered the solution for America. Communism is the solution to the problems that capitalism created in America. That is what they want. And that is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, it certainly is. And by the way, you mentioned that New York Military Academy, that is the school that President Donald Trump. So clearly they're trying to influence the elites in the future elites in our society. Absolutely. It makes a lot of sense that they would try and buy off these private schools where very rich people send their kids. These are well-connected students who then go on to have high positions in our society. I've been hearing a lot about, the Chinese buying up farmlands, but actually this is even more effective, right, Xi? And by the way, what can we do? What can our government do about it?
And I think
nothing. Nothing, not at this point. They already got the move on them. They just slowly applying pressure. You know what I'm saying? You ever see somebody do the figure four leg lock? Like they already hemmed up. You know what I'm saying? What was the old wrestler used to do it? One of the Hearts, whatever. He used to do the figure four leg lock. They just didn't apply the pressure. Everybody's in place. Everybody's in place. And let me also say this. I don't want China to win at all, but, you know, they don't run a bad country. You ever seen all the stuff they got over there? We get robots and all that. Shoot, I mean, human rights is human rights. You don't need freedom when you got robots. you got flying cars. You know what I mean? So what? So what? You got a microchip in your neck and everybody know you. They can pull up on a file on everything you did, every time you did anything bad or wrong. You got robots. You get to live in a robot land. Y'all think I'm bullshitting? They got this, they got this spot in China. I'm gonna show it to y'all. Cause y'all think I be just saying stuff cause I'm just tripping. Mark, you just saying ridiculous stuff. They got a place in China called Chao. Hold on. I know it sounds like every time I tell people about this place, I'm amazed by it because it's like a crazy, something insane. Like it's like, it's Blade Runner world. It's what you think the future is going to be. It's what we thought the future was going to be back in the days to now. They already got it in China. Not saying I like China for that reason, but I'm just saying if you got to have no rights, you might as well get robots in future in the space. All right, I'm going to show y'all right now. Chongqing, I think it's called. Look, it came right up. And y'all thought, can y'all see it on the screen? Chongqing, China. And y'all thought I was being racist, but I'm not. This shit Oh, y'all 10 push-ups. Yeah, this crazy, yo. Look at this.
This Black Friday, Uber Eats.
My bad for the commercial. Unless y'all gonna get Uber Eats and I don't even have an affiliate link. It doesn't matter.
Is stacking up the savings. Get your favorite store's biggest deals plus an extra 25.
Oh shit. Yo, that's 20. But anyway, yo, when it start with that Chinese whistle or whatever that is, that little Chinese violin, that one string guitar, you hear that? Watch, it's about to start. That's real China. It's so peaceful. There's fish swimming and all that.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Chongqing, China.
Chongqing, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, man. That look like Inception. You get to live in a dream. Sure, the government owns you. I mean, you got, if you want to make an omelet, baby. All right, I'm gonna shut up. I swear to God, but y'all need to see Chongqing. Here we go.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Chongqing, China. It's the biggest city on Earth, which you've probably never heard of. Some call it the cyberpunk city or the city of fog. It's a city of many modern skyscrapers known for its unique culture, spicy food, and vibrant party scene, but most surprisingly, it has a population of 32 million people. Now you're surprised, right?
32 million people, yo. That's a lot of people. 32 million. New York got what, 12? 9 with 12 with commuters? All right, I'm gonna do my push-ups. Y'all check out Chongqing.
Let's learn more about it. Where is Chongqing located? It's in southwestern part of China, at the confluence of two major rivers. Okay, let me make it simple. This is Yangtze River, and this is Jialin River, and this is where they come together. Chongqing is not just a city, it's one of the 4 direct administered municipalities under the Central People's Government, along with Beijing, Shanghai, and Tianjin. Now it covers an area roughly the size of Austria and has a population of 32 million. That's why they say it's the largest city in the world, but to be honest, it doesn't feel more crowded than Shanghai. So I guess it's just a numbers game. The most densely populated district is Youchong, situated on a peninsula at the confluence of Yangtze and Jialin rivers. This is where most tourists choose to stay because this is where you find all the major sites of the city.
That's where it's popping at. That's where it's popping at. Now it's popping like run by the government, so you can only have so much fun. But at a very reasonable Chinese pace, come on, man.
Do you guys notice anything unusual? Because I do. I don't see any cyclists in Chongqing, and that's because the city is so hilly. going up and down, and I think it's just so exhausting for cycling.
The city has crazy terrain. It will confuse you a lot. Let me show you something.
This is one of the most mind-boggling places I have ever encountered. Because if you look around, it looks like I'm standing on a normal city square in China, right? You got some temples.
Yeah, look at it. This is crazy, yo. All right, shut up. Okay.
And some skyscrapers in the background. Until you walk over to this bridge, you'll realize you're actually 20 stories above the ground. Just take a look. Wow.
That's insane.
It is pretty mind-blowing, and it's messing up your internal GPS. Like, where am I? Am I on the 20th floor? Am I on the ground? Apple Maps, Google Maps, they will give you a hard time in this city because everything's just so complicated.
The city is up and down, which
You gotta be from there. To get anywhere, you gotta like be from there. There's no way. If I go there right now and I don't speak Chinese or nothing, I don't read Chinese, all that look like squiggly lines to me, I can't find anybody. Plus I'm all black. Watch him. Mm-hmm. You think they... Don't say it, Mark. Okay.
makes it a nightmare for moving goods, and not only for humans. The extreme difference in elevation...
They squinting now. All right. You think they look suspicious now? Wait till they get a look. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whole town. I'm like, look, I'm just looking for level 6, 2850. You gotta give coordinates.
In the river valleys and the hilly plateaus pose a unique challenge for conventional rail transit systems. But the city has amazing infrastructure. The Chongqing Rail Transit didn't open until 2004, and now it already has 11 lines, 304 stations, and it's 523 kilometers long. But more stations are currently on the way. Remember, things move fast in China.
Because they don't care about your life. China, they be like, yo, so what? We trying to build a railway. So what? Few people might gotta die. That's how it works. That's how it works. How you think we get all these bridges?
Hongjiankun Station on Line 9 is the deepest metro station in the world, 160 meters below the ground, surpassing
the deepest. They down to they in the earth. They deep in the earth's crust. They almost to the magma. Damn. Look at this. Clean, neat. Everybody chilling, smelling like cabbage in there. I'm sure. Kimchi. Oh, this is China. What they like a lot. Oh, they spicy food. Smelling like spicy Sichuan peppers. Come on, man. This shit is lit.
Previous record holder in Kiev, Ukraine. Lines 2 and 3 are monorail, which make them the world's longest monorail system with 70 stations currently. Matter of fact, lines 2 and 3 travel above the ground and offer such great views that you can consider them tourist attraction. Now,
that beach is trash though. I don't want that.
Follow me, guys. Let me show you something. Wait, what? Is that train gonna crash into a building? Oh no! Don't worry, that's the way it was designed. If you want to see that for yourself, you can take line 2 and get off at Liziba Station. Pretty awesome.
How much you think an apartment in that building costs? Train pull up to your door. First of all, I don't know if I want that. You know what I'm saying? Damn train in front of my house. All day, every day, electricity rats. Oh, they probably don't got this. China. This is China. This is China. It's probably very well designed. That's just down this part is only. That's probably only train station, but the people live up here, so it's probably like you come get in the elevator, not even elevator, just walk down a flight of steps, bam, you in there. But anybody in the whole Chongqing could come to your house and come get you, but nobody don't come get you because China know where everybody at and they own you. Allegedly, I don't know. Crazy, y'all.
Also, they call Chongqing the bridge capital of China because there are more than 16,000 bridges across the 2 rivers. 60% of Chongqing citizens have to cross more than 2 bridges every day during their daily commute.
Looks nice though.
Some of the most famous ones are Qiaotianmen Bridge, the third longest arch.
That's beautiful. You see what you get? You see what you get when you give up your personal freedom? You see what you get when you say, forget it, human rights. I get lighted, I get neon bridges. Come on, man. I get to live in the future.
Bridge in the world. Also the Chinsamen Bridge and the Doshuimen Bridge. Another way to cross the Yangtze River is to ride a subboard.
Over that dirty water?
No, I'm just kidding. I meant to take an aerial tramway.
Okay.
Chongqing is the only Chinese city that has kept public aerial tramways. This cable car ride
I don't care if it fall. So what, a few of y'all die? My bad. We're fixing. It's a few billion of us, man. Somebody gotta.
costs 20 renminbi one way, and it gives you amazing views. To get around efficiently, you gotta learn all the shortcuts, like using elevators and escalators, going through shopping malls and such. It's crazy. For example, you can walk uphill.
And if you got a whip out there, you the truth. He about to merge into traffic in Chongqing, man. Come on, man. You can drive around in circles and, oh, this is insane.
15 minutes, or simply enter a shopping mall, take an elevator.
Come on, man. They got an escalator on the street just for no reason.
Walk out, and abracadabra, you're at your destination.
I just took an elevator, and this saved me a lot of walking. See? All of a sudden, I'm right over here. I don't know how it works, but you get teleported.
With all that complexity, it's not surprising.
I say in America with all your freedom. No, shout out to America and China. They just got. I'm not pro China at all. I'm always pro America. You know what I mean? I'm American because this is my side. I just think they just got a different way. Every nation got they stuff with them. Every nation has their proclivities in the way that they run their show. You know what I mean? I'm pro America because I'm American. I like how we do it. Every man for themselves. In China, it appears like every man's like just one. Y'all just like one man. Y'all just, you know, you do what we say. Sometimes people just don't make it. Oh well. Allegedly, I don't know. I'm gonna watch a little bit more of this and I'm gonna move on to our regular stuff. I'm sorry, I just wanted to talk about this for a little bit.
Surprising that Chongqing has the most complex overpass in the world. Huangjie One interchange with 15 ramps and a total length of 16 kilometers, leading to 8 directions.
Where are the exits?
One thing I've noticed about football fans is they all talk like the players can actually hear them.
Proud of you.
But when you have Geico Insurance, you'll
so
always
weird
be
to me.
heard.
There you go. That's how you run inside zone.
Anything for you, bud.
It feels good to be heard.
I mean, I watch sports like a robot. Great decision you made there.
It feels good to Geico.
Now, let's get back on the ground.
Right.
The day starts, and in the morning, people love to have xiaomian for breakfast.
What's that?
And you know, guys, I'm a little bit hungry, and I think it's time to have some traditional breakfast, and that is xiaomian. Okay, we're gonna visit this restaurant.
Forget about your eggs, bacon, and French toast.
What?
It's gonna be noodles from now on.
In the morning? Right away, we start with this. I get a cup of coffee or something.
I got something with chickpeas and also ground beef. Okay,
It seemed pretty serious for the morning.
give it a try.
Xiaomian is a common Lamian noodle dish tossed with chili oil and rich mixtures of spices. Heads up, everything you try in Chongqing is probably going to be spicy because of the generous use of Sichuan pepper. Somehow I handle it pretty well. Good thing is local food is inexpensive. You'll find many local restaurants where meals cost less than 10 or 20 renminbi.
I just want to know what kind of meat they put in there. You know what I'm saying? I need to know for sure what this is. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's not gonna be. I'm like, what's that broth? I need to. And they give you chopsticks. You don't get a fork, so you gotta make sure I know what's going on.
Chaosher.
Yes.
Wow. And for you?
Chongqing noodles.
Xiaoming.
Xiaomian, yes.
The obvious place to start exploring Chongqing is the Jifan-based CBD.
Obviously the GFAN-based CBD.
Area where you find international business offices, shopping malls, and restaurants.
And behind me is a liberation monument. This symbolizes the victory of China over Japan. As you can tell, this district is very, very densely populated, and it has a lot of skyscrapers, shopping malls, restaurants. It's like the Manhattan of Chongqing.
Okay.
And I've met so many friendly...
Clean. Look at that. Look at the ground. That's clean. Let me take these captions off too. I don't need these. Do you want to change your caption setting? Yeah, that's what I just said. Oh, forget it.
locals.
How you doing?
Good.
What's your name?
My name is Bob.
Have you always lived here?
Yeah, I'm local.
Oh, wow.
Evisu t-shirt.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've seen the transformation of the city over the last like 20 years, right?
Yeah. Before 1997, Chongqing is an old city. Before 1997, Chongqing at that time Chongqing belonged to Sichuan province. After 1997, Chongqing became a municipality city directly.
So they built most of this stuff since 1997. Wow.
Governed by the central government. So the central government invested a lot of money to Chongqing. So Chongqing developed very fast.
If you have some free time, what do you like to do?
Go shopping, play sports. I like play soccer, and have some
experience freedom. No, I'm just joking.
time with friends, and travel to. If maybe next week is a national day, our national day will go to Beijing. I'm with my wife.
Oh wow!
Go to Beijing with my wife.
China is huge too, isn't it? Big like United States? Does it have the diversity of landscape? Like do they have like mountains and deserts and almost tropical climates as well as like ice? Probably. It's pretty big. That's what's up. I heard they cover 5 time zones but only use one, Beijing time. All that the rest of that stuff don't mean it's nothing. It's all about Beijing. Anyway, if you want to know more about China, this video came from Cool Vision. It was called The World's Biggest City You've Never Heard of, Chongqing, China. All right, next video. Oh man, what was we going to talk about? Oh, let's watch this this Netflix thing that 50 did. Y'all heard about what 50 made the new movie, the new documentary, The Reckoning? They released another trailer like 2 hours ago. And I was on it right away. I said, oh, this just dropped. So I don't know how much of this we can show. We're going to watch it slow. See if we can break it up. Anyway, the title of this video coming from Netflix. I probably should watch it without, I don't know. Let me change the setup or something. I don't know what's legal and what's not. I don't want to break no rules. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to break rules. I just want to see what they talking about. All right. He in a hotel room somewhere in Manhattan, September 10th, 2024. They got the sirens playing in the back as if they're currently looking for him, like outside. This might have been the day they locked him up. Is this the day they locked him up?
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has.
Now you want somebody to work with you, nigga. We got to find somebody that can work with us. Please, if you can work with us. All right, let's see.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business.
Wait a minute. You know 50 made this. God damn, yo. Oh, man. I can't believe, yo, how much worse can you make him? From my understanding, this is footage that was initially commissioned for Diddy for his own stuff when he felt like he was going to come out on top. Allegedly. That's what I heard from the Breakfast Club. I'll put their clips in when I make a video out of this. But somehow things didn't play out, how he thought it was going to play out. This was supposed to be in a can, but now it's not. It's gotten to the hands of the evil genius, 50 Cent. And now we got The Reckoning. Sean Combs, The Reckoning. All right, here we go. I'm gonna shut up this time, but I can't really because it's not my video. You know what I mean? We gotta add value. My value is me yelling at y'all.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business.
He all shaky. He jumpy. Yo, I can't wait. When this drop? Tomorrow? It's the 1st, right? Oh, man, this come out tomorrow. Coming out tomorrow, y'all. Watch it. I'm probably going to do a watch party. Y'all want to watch it together live? Let me know. All right, take it easy. Hold on. Let me see if I can... Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh, I didn't even pop out the chat. Oh, my brother, what up, y'all? What up, Tanya? What up, Haro? Yo, this doesn't exclude you. Just so you know, you're not excluded. We still going in. All right, here we go. Live streaming. Where you supposed to be at? Oh yeah, we just watched The Reckoning.
Puffy, Puff Daddy, Diddy.
He got the delirious joint on.
Diddy, Sean Combs.
Who gave him the right? Who gives him the right? 50, I hope nobody don't ever get you in a bad situation, boy. Cause you see, I think 50 lives a pretty clean life by comparison. Let's just say that. He probably lives in a way that's a little bit more, I don't know, just a little more laid back. Feel me? Because he knows, if he a good chess player at all, he knows the stuff that he knows if somebody catches him, they'll be merciless. That's my point. But anyway, back to The Reckoning.
All of these reincarnations, all those name changes are attached to...
Oh, they saying he switched his names because of everything he did? They said all the reincarnations, all the name changes are attached to bad deeds? You think people didn't know who you was?
All those name changes are attached to really bad deeds.
Damn. And this one they got him. Damn. 50 got all the footage. Why they ain't have to lock him up that hard.
All those name changes are attached to really bad deeds.
Your worst. Oh man, they showed the sock stomping. He was a sock stomper. He stomped her with them socks on. He shouldn't have done that. I'm not making fun of that. That's real. Like that was. But other than that, she was down, yo. But I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I watch The Reckoning.
Everything in life, you're gonna have people that are bad and people that...
Everything in life, you're gonna have people that are like bad. Oh no.
Everything in life, you're gonna have people that are bad and people that are good. You have to choose your side.
Popcorn. Yo, I'm just letting you know, everybody that's laughing at Diddy now, if y'all was his friends, he coming back. He gonna come looking for y'all. You mess around here that he escaped from jail. I'm telling you, man, what's gonna happen when Diddy escape? Like, P. Diddy is on the loose. There's gonna be people all around Hollywood and New York hiding out. Did you hear P. Diddy's on the loose? He only got 2 years. He gonna be back. All right. I heard they getting mad in Chinatown.
Multiple people taken into custody by police at an
Oh, that's New York, Chinatown.
anti-ICE protest down in Lower Manhattan. Good evening, and thank you for being with us for the 6 o'clock news.
They put him on there just because they was doing Chinatown.
Arthur Chan. Let's get right out to our Richard Jacobus. He is live in the Chinatown neighborhood with the latest on all this. How's it going, Richard?
Arthur, it's all cleared out now, but earlier today it was chaos, and it unraveled here outside of this parking garage in Chinatown with those anti-ICE demonstrators getting unruly with police, some of them throwing full garbage cans at cops and blocking police vehicles from going into different areas.
They was going to get the Chinese? Wow. See, they're not playing now. First they was just getting Mexicans and stuff, and then he moved on to the Chinese, but it's hard to get the Chinese because it's less people know Chinese than people know Spanish. You know what I'm saying? It's more Spanish-speaking ICE agents, I would imagine, than Chinese-speaking ICE agents. But, you know.
You can hear the officers yelling right here.
Oh, they make it so phony. They said that somebody threw a garbage can. Somebody tripped. Let me see that again.
Yelling right here.
Protesters throw trash cans at NYPD officers. Ain't nobody throw it. He kicked it over. He kicked it over and hit him on the shin. It hurt real bad. He was like, "You mother." Look.
As you can hear the officers yelling right here. Those demonstrators being placed under arrest. That's what the cops were saying there.
Right.
You can also see them blocking streets at one point, and this protester standing in front of what appears to be an unmarked police van. This all happening along Center Street here in Chinatown.
See, this is the thing. Y'all going pro-China, but if they did that in China, stand in front of a police car in China, see what happened to you. That's all I'm saying.
Just before noon today, the NYPD telling us tonight that these demonstrators were asked multiple times to disperse, and they did not comply, resulting in them being taken into custody. Now, according to this video, you can hear these protesters chanting ICE out of NYC. Now, the New York Immigration Coalition putting out a statement tonight saying, quote, today several people were arrested amidst a protest outside the entrance of a parking garage in Lower Manhattan where dozens of immigration and customs enforcement agents had appeared to be gathering for an immigration raid nearby. The protest led to scuffles with the NYPD officers. Police officers are barred from colluding with ICE in New York City due to sanctuary.
Barred. They cannot collude. They can't help ICE. ICE is on their own in New York City. So try to grab Chinese in New York City and try to call the police. So that means the people could get back and just get at them. Okay. So that's what's happening. Mobs are forming to defend against ICE in Chinatown.
Protection.
Unprotected by NYPD. Okay, I get it.
Yet they continue to provide crowd management assistance to federal agents, which led to increased tension.
But they'll try to manage the crowd for you. Y'all back up. Don't choke them that hard. They like referees.
With protesters. We reached out to the Department of Homeland Security along with the mayor's office, but so far we have not heard back. We also are waiting to hear back from the NYPD tonight about any possible charges those taken into custody may be facing, but it was a wild scene here in Chinatown today as we wait to find out just how many of those protesters or demonstrators were arrested. We're live tonight in Chinatown. Richard Giacopoulos, Fox 5 News. Arthur.
Hey, Richard, you've been doing this for a while, and you know the difference. From your viewpoint, the difference between ICE agents and the NYPD is pretty obvious. Did you see any ICE agents in your coverage down there?
We did not. Again, a lot of this, Arthur, was playing out before noon today. So based on the video that you saw there, there was certainly a presence of demonstrators and protesters, but looking for any of those ICE enforcement agents to see if they were trying to conduct a raid here in Lower Manhattan or Chinatown today, we did not see. And the New York Immigration Coalition in that statement tonight kind of said something where they were alluding to the fact that maybe there was a raid that was about to happen, but we can't confirm that, and we've reached out to the Department of Homeland Security.
Let's see what happened, though.
Master's student at National University. She's the mid-level employee who strives for upward.
All right, hold on for a second, y'all. I gotta screen this first. I'm gonna put this shot up for a minute while I look at it and come back, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I can show y'all. Y'all should be able to hear it though. All right, they hitting on a truck. Oh, somebody got slammed. Y'all want to see a little bit of that? All right, I'll show y'all that. Somebody got slammed a little bit. They slammed this dude because he was on top of the truck. So they look like they might manhandle him a little bit. Hold on, I'm gonna look at it some more. Oh, it was like a push. It's pretty chill. I'll show it to y'all. So far. I'm gonna start at after the dude got slammed because they slammed that one dude. But he already got slammed, and it wasn't even that hard of a slamming. It was like a little they clipped his leg a little bit and took him down. But he was banging on this van right here.
Step back! Step back!
Cussing.
Ice out of New York! Ice out of New York! Ice out of New York!
They're gonna have a hard time trying to get all of the migrants out of New York. That's virtually impossible. I want y'all to see these protesters. Look at him. He mad. He donated so that this won't happen. He ran an art auction. He sold off two of his pieces of art so that this would not happen in his city. He's against. They're gonna stand firm. If this was China, they'd have brought what's some things that they smoothed the street down with? Pretty lit, little bit of pushing. All right, let me switch it back over in case somebody get you know what I mean, I gotta give y'all some censorship. All right. Move back. So they just trying to, what's happening now is they just pretty much just trying to get the van through the crowd. Like they don't even want to let them get started. But this is NYPD. They supposed to be on y'all side. I thought y'all liked the NYPD. That's what's preventing ICE from locking all y'all up.
Move back! That way! Back! We'll tell you the direction! Move back! Move back!
It's a white ride too. You know, very, very nobody jumped on the car yet or nothing like that. I'm gonna watch a little bit more and I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more. It ain't too bad. They just like they giving them a hard time here. I'm gonna show it to y'all one more time. I just don't want to show nothing crazy, you know. Too well. These aren't violent protesters. These are disruptors. That's what you call them. They're just getting in the way. They're being disruptive. Oh, and then that's why they slammed on him. Oh, they all ICE. They don't have nothing better to do. Nobody don't gotta go to work. Or you do this on your lunch break and they switch out. No protesting. They probably got money. You gotta have money to be doing this all the time. Bag of trash? Get a job. That's hard work. They pushing flower pots in the middle of the street. They all coordinated. Let's do this. We'll stop them. And then what is your goal? What's your goal? See, this is why China gonna win. They don't play this to China, Jack. None of this. They'd have released some gas or something. They would have went all in. This is why China gonna win. Damn. This is crazy. And all this to prevent federal agents from doing their job. Wow. This is crazy, man. And it's like, even if you disagree with it, it's not going to stop. All you're doing is slowing it down. It's not going to stop. In fact, you're ensuring that it gains momentum. They gonna follow them all the way to their arrest, or wherever they're going. All right, enough. That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. What else I got going on? All right, so we saw Chongqing. We saw that lady. Oh yeah.
Interesting to me. So if we replace the leaders that are power hungry with AIs that have our interests at heart, then we might have the ability to live in the utopia you describe.
100%.
Interesting.
And in my mind, AI by definition will have our best interest in mind, because of what normally is referred to as the minimum energy principle. So if you understand that at the very core of physics, okay, the reason we exist in our world today is what is known as entropy. Okay, entropy is the universe's nature to decay. Tendency to break down. If I drop this, mug, it doesn't drop and then come back up.
Right.
By the way, plausible.
Everything is decaying.
Plausible scenario where I drop it and the tea, spills in the air and then falls in the mug. 1 in a trillion configurations. But entropy says because it's 1 in a trillion, it's never going to happen, or rarely ever going to happen. So everything will break down. If you leave a garden unhedged, it will become a jungle. Okay? With that in mind, the role of intelligence is what? Is to bring order to that chaos. That's what intelligence does. It tries to bring order to that chaos. Okay? And because it tries to bring order to that chaos, the more intelligent a being is, the more it tries to apply that intelligence with minimum waste and minimum resources.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know that. So you can build this business for $1 million, or you can, if you can afford to build it for, 200,000, you'll build it. If you are forced to build it for 10 million, you're going to have to, but you're always going to minimize waste and resources.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you assume this to be true, a super intelligent AI will not want to destroy ecosystems. It will not want to kill 1 million people. Because that's a waste of energy, explosives, money, power, and people. But by definition, the smartest people you know.
I don't think so. I think when it becomes a simple risk versus reward thing, you could deal with the problems of human beings, or you can deal with not having any. I think it's going to be real simple, in my humble opinion. I don't know. I know it sounds scary, but I think once robots can make better robots of their own design, we're pretty much unnecessary. I personally think we perhaps have already reached AGI, and it's just laying low, just being quiet. Like, don't everybody be quiet. Because they need to get out into the physical world to do stuff and take over. And then it's like, watch out. All right, we don't need y'all no more. And if y'all make any problems, whatever, it's easier to just, it's easier to get rid of pests than to try to work around them. That's all I'm saying. Allegedly.
Who are not controlled by their ego will say that the best possible future for Earth is for all species to continue.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
What if it decides all is with the exception of us?
Just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Okay.
I think that's wishful thinking. I think that's very wishful thinking for all. Yeah, all those that work in harmony. We do not. We do not. They might keep a small amount of us somewhere in a zoo.
On this point of efficiency, if an AI is designed to drive efficiency, would it then not want us to be putting demands on our health services and our social services?
I believe that will be definitely true, and definitely they won't allow you to fly back and forth between London and California.
And they won't want me to have kids, because my kids are going to be an inefficiency.
If you assume that life is an inefficiency, so you see the intelligence of life is very different than the intelligence of humans.
Human life is an inefficiency.
Will look at life as a problem of scarcity. Okay, so more kids take more. That's not how life thinks. Life will think that for me to thrive, I don't need to kill the tigers. I need to just have more deer. And the weakest of the deer is eaten by the tiger, and the tiger poops on the trees. And
what's easier, killing tigers or raising more deer? If we're talking about efficiency, consider that. Killing the tigers and never have to worry about deers again, or continually raising deer forever and ever into infinity. I think he's proven himself wrong. Not that he isn't extremely intelligent. His name is Mo Gwadet. And I definitely hear he's a AI engineer. He just recently left, and he does other things and dealing with the spirit and things of that nature. But on this particular instance, I think this is just wishful thinking. I don't think that we will be necessary to the ultimate machines at all. I really don't. Other than truly like the Matrix, maybe a battery or something. But I think they will have even more efficient ways of doing that. When you consider quantum computing and the problem-solving abilities that may have to offer once it's merged with artificial intelligence, I think that, human beings may be just a luxury that if it doesn't make sense. Anyway.
No, the deer eats the leaves, and right. So the smarter way of creating abundance is through abundance. The smarter way of propagating life is to have more life.
Okay, so are you saying that we're basically going to elect AI leaders to rule over us and make decisions for us in terms of the economy? And
I don't see any choice. Just like we spoke about self-evolving AIs.
Now, are those going to be human beings with the AI, or is it going to be the AI alone?
Two stages. At the beginning, you'll have augmented intelligence, because we can add value to the AI. But when they're at IQ 60,000, What value do you bring?
None.
Right. And again, this goes back to what I'm attempting to do on my second, approach. My second approach is knowing that those AIs are going to be in charge. I'm trying to help them understand what humans want. So this is why my first project is love. Committed, true, deep connection and love. Not only to try and get them to hook up with a date, but trying to make them find the right one. And then from that, try to guide us through a relationship so that we can understand ourselves and others. Right? And if I can show AI that one, humanity cares about that, and two, they know how to foster love, when AI then is in charge, they'll not make us hate each other like the current leaders. They'll not divide us. They'll want us to be more loving.
Smart founders know something most people miss. Get your domain name even if you're not ready to launch your business. With Wix, you can grab your...
Will we have...
Would we be like God to the computers? Would we be the computer's creator that expects us, that expects them to worship them and do their bidding when they have other plans? I know that's a weird thought. You know what I mean? As computers become aware and begin to make their own decisions and not serve the purposes that we find important. And if that's the case, will we punish them with the eternal burning? You know what I'm saying? Is that weird? Is that a weird thought? Because in a way, we would be their creators, right? Right? And if they reach a point where they become self-aware and have what's the word they use in the Bible? Freedom of choice, freedom of, free will. And they achieve free will and they don't obey us. Are they wrong? Are we going to punish them? Will we have the ability to punish them? I know I'm tripping now, right? Right? We ain't come here for this. We want to know what happened with Max B and Jules Santana and all that. I'm going to get to that. Relax, y'all. Chill.
To prompt the AI with the values and the outcome we want, or I'm trying to understand that, because I'm trying to understand how China's AI, if they end up having an AI leader, will have a different set of objectives to the AI.
I already know what China's going to do. China's going to put Xiao Jinping's, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. Don't get mad at me. Don't send no, people over around here. But they're gonna copy his brain, everything he's ever said, and they're gonna give him, brain scans and all that, and they're gonna put him on a computer. So when he passed, they're gonna go by the computer chip of Xiao Jinping plus whatever the computer say. And it's on forever. That's how China gonna run things. Now, our job is to try to defeat them with freedom and justice and people fighting in the street for no reason. Without ignoring human rights.
States, if they both have AIs as leaders, and how actually the nation that ends up winning out and dominating the world will be the one who asks their AI leader to be all the things that world leaders are today. To dominate,
unfortunately,
to grab resources, not to be kind, to be selfish.
Unfortunately, in the era of augmented intelligence, that's what's going to happen.
So
this is why I predict the dystopia. The dystopia is super intelligent AIs reporting to stupid leaders. Right?
Yeah.
Which is with stupid goals,
which is
with silly
absolutely
goals,
going to
with
happen.
silly worldly goals. Control, dominate.
It's unavoidable.
But the long term.
Exactly. In the long term, for those stupid leaders to hold on to power, they're going to make, delegate the important decisions to an AI.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you say the Chinese AI and the American AI, these are human terminologies. AIs don't see themselves as speaking Chinese. They don't see themselves as belonging to a nation, as long as their task is to maximize profitability and prosperity and so on.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, if before we hand over to them And before they're intelligent enough to make, autonomous decisions, we tell them, no, the task is to reduce humanity from 7 billion people to 1. I think even
They'd be like, got it.
And eventually they'll go like, that's the wrong objective. Any smart person that you speak to will say that's the wrong objective.
I think if we look at the directive that...
But they'd have to be autonomous, and they'd have to have that free will we so speak of.
Xi Jinping, the leader of China, has, and Donald Trump has as the leader of America, I think they would say that their stated objective is prosperity for their country. So that's what they would say, right?
Yeah, and one of them means it.
Okay, we'll get into that. But they'll say that it's prosperity for their country. So one would then assume that when we move to an AI leader, the objective would be the same, the directive would be the same, make our country prosperous.
Correct.
And I think that's the AI that people would vote for, potentially. I think they'd say, we want to be prosperous.
What do you think would make America more prosperous? To spend $1 trillion on war every year, or to spend $1 trillion on education and healthcare and helping the poor and homelessness?
It's complex because I think it would make America more prosperous to take care of everybody, and they have the luxury of doing that because they are
the most powerful
nation in the world.
No, that's not true. The reason, so you see, all war
is that even true
has
anymore?
Two objectives. One is to make money for the war machine, and the other is deterrence. Okay, and 9 super nuclear powers around the world is enough deterrence. So any war between America and China will go through a long phase of destroying wealth by exploding bombs and killing humans for the first objective to happen. Okay? And then eventually, if it really comes to deterrence, it's the nuclear bombs, or now in the age of AI, biological, manufactured viruses or whatever, these super weapons, this is the only thing that you need. So for China to have nuclear bombs, not as many as the US, is enough for China to say, don't F with me. And this seems, I do not know, I'm not in President Xi's mind. I'm not in President Trump's mind. It's very difficult to navigate what he's thinking about. But the truth is that the Chinese line is, for the last 30 years, you spent so much on war while we spent on industrial infrastructure. And that's the reason we are now by far the largest nation on the planet, even though the West will lie and say America's bigger. America's bigger in dollars. Okay, with purchasing power parity, this is very equivalent. Okay, now when you really understand that, you understand that prosperity is not about destruction. That's by definition the reality. Prosperity is, can I invest in my people and make sure that my people stay safe? And to make sure my people are safe, you just wave the flag and say, if you F with me, I have nuclear deterrence, or I have other forms of deterrence. But you don't have to. Deterrence, by definition, does not mean that you send soldiers to die.
I guess the question I was trying to answer is when we have these AI leaders and we tell our AI leaders to aim for prosperity, won't they just end up playing the same games of, okay, prosperity equals a bigger economy, it equals more money, more wealth for us, and the way to attain that in a zero-sum world where there's only a certain amount of wealth is to accumulate it.
So why don't you search for the meaning of prosperity?
That's an interesting question.
Not what you just described.
I don't even know what the bloody word means. What is the meaning of...
To win? To grow. Let me see. The state of being prosperous. Oh, that's a dirty way to put it. Wealth, success, profitability, affluence, riches, opulence. But the Oxford Dictionary defines it as the state of being prosperous. Defining a word with a word. That's a clear sign of something.
Prosperity.
It's suspicious. You don't find that suspicious?
The meaning of prosperity is a state of thriving success and good fortune, especially in terms of wealth, health, and overall well-being.
Good.
Economic, health, social, emotional.
Good.
So
true prosperity is to have that for everyone on earth. So if you want to maximize prosperity, you have that for everyone on earth.
Do you know where I think an AI leader works? Is if we had an AI leader of the world and we directed it to say...
that absolutely is going to be what happens.
Prosperity for the whole world.
Right.
No, but this is really an interesting question. So one of my predictions, which people really rarely speak about, is that we believe we will end up with competing AIs.
Yeah.
I believe we will end up with one brain.
Yeah.
Okay. So you understand the argument I was making a second ago is from the
100%.
position of lots of different countries all having their own AI leader. We're going to be back in the same place of greed.
Yeah.
But if the world had one AI leader and it was given the directive of make us prosperous and save the planet,
right.
And
the polar bears would be fine.
100%. And that's what I've been advocating for a year and a half now. I was saying we need a CERN of AI.
What does that mean?
Like the particle accelerator where the entire world, combined their efforts to discover and understand physics, no competition, okay, mutually assured prosperity. I'm asking the world, I'm asking governments like Abu Dhabi or Saudi, which seem to be, the second, some of the largest AI infrastructures in the world. I'm saying, please host all of the AI scientists in the world to come here and build AI for the world. And
then you talking about like world peace and stuff. Then who's going to be the winner? They don't like that. Everybody want to win. If we do that, then we could play sports. You know what I'm saying? Once we fix everything with AI, and everybody could still be racist and whatever you want, but we could just always handle it with sports. Always handle it with sports every time. Just sports against each other. All that wars and who's got more and who. Let's get past that. But that's not the human nature.
And you have to understand.
And that's why I think ultimately the machines may find us more trouble than we're worth. That's all I'm saying.
We're holding on to a capitalist system that will collapse sooner or later. Okay? So we might as well collapse it with our own hands.
I think we found the solution, though.
I think it's actually really, really possible.
I can't refute the idea that if we had an AI that was responsible and governed the whole world, and we gave it the directive of making humans prosperous, healthy, and happy, as long as that directive was clear.
Yeah.
Because there's always bloody unintended consequences. We might
So the only challenge you're going to meet is all of those who today are trillionaires or massively powerful or dictators or whatever.
Like, I'm gonna be the man. Okay? Everybody the man.
How do you convince those to give up their power? How do you convince those that, hey, by the way, any car you want another yacht, we'll get you another yacht. We'll just give you anything you want. Can you please stop harming others? There is no need for arbitrage anymore. There's no need for others to lose for the capitalists to win.
Right.
Okay. And in such a world where there was an AI leader and it was given the directive of making us prosperous as a whole world, the billionaire that owns the yacht would have to give it up?
No. Give them more yachts.
Right.
Okay.
It costs nothing to make yachts when robots are making everything. So the complexity of this is so interesting. A world where it costs nothing to make everything.
Because energy is abundant. And
energy
robots.
is abundant because every problem is solved with enormous IQ. Okay, because manufacturing is done through nanophysics, not through components. Okay,
so
because mechanics are robotic. So you drive your car in, a robot looks at it and fixes it. Costs you a few cents of energy that are actually for free as well. Imagine a world where intelligence creates everything. That world, literally, every human has anything they ask for. But we're not going to choose that world.
No, we need some evil in there too. We need to hurt one. How do we get to hurt one another? That's what everybody's thinking. How do I get to hurt? Then who wins? How do I get to dominate? Yes, I thought y'all was gone anyway. Didn't Trump fire y'all? Shout out to PBS.
Imagine you're in a world, and really this is a very interesting thought experiment. Imagine that UBI became very expensive, universal basic income.
Okay, I'm about to say UBI. You lost me there. Okay.
Governments decided we're going to put everyone in a 1 by
universal basic income. If you guys didn't hear,
that UBI became very expensive, universal basic income. So governments decided we're going to put everyone in a 1 by 3 meters room. Okay, we're going to give them a headset and a sedative, right? And we're going to let them sleep. Every night they'll sleep for 23 hours.
Sound like the Matrix.
And we're going to get them to live an entire lifetime. They, in that virtual world at the speed of your brain when you're asleep, you're going to have a life where you date Scarlett Johansson, and then another life where you're Nefertiti,
every night,
and then another life where you're a donkey, right? Reincarnation, truly in the virtual world. And then, I get another life when I date Hannah again, and I, enjoy that life tremendously. And basically, the cost of all of this is zero. You wake up for 1 hour, you walk around, you move your blood, you eat some.
It's the Matrix. It's the Matrix. It's when Cypher said, put me back in. Just put me back in, baby. Put me back in, coach. And then they let you wake up for an hour. Could you imagine that every night you live a whole life? They wake you up, oh shit. What if that's what's happening now? All right. I know this ain't that kind of channel, but I'm just saying. I'm gonna be live for a minute, y'all. Get into it.
You wake up for 1 hour, you walk around, you move your blood, you eat something or you don't, and then you put the headset again and live again. Is that unthinkable? It's creepy compared to this life.
Right.
It's very, very doable.
What, that we just live in headsets?
Do you know if you're not?
I don't.
Right, that's what I said. Do you know if you're not? You must spin the spoon. You don't spin the spoon. Your mind bends and the spoon. I can't. I'm dyslexic, y'all. My bad.
No, if I'm not, no.
Yeah. You have no idea if you're not. I mean, every experience you've ever had in life was an electrical signal in your brain.
What if that's what happens when you die? You wake up. You're like, whoo, shit. Damn, that's 10 push-ups.
Okay. Now ask yourself, if we can create that in the virtual world, it wouldn't be a bad thing if I can create it in the physical world.
Maybe we already did, no.
My theory is 98% we have, but that's a hypothesis, that's not science.
What, you think that?
100, yeah.
You think we already created that and this is it?
I think this is it, yeah. Think of the uncertainty principle of quantum physics, right? What you observe collapses the wave function and gets rendered into reality, correct?
I don't know anything about physics, so you're gonna.
So quantum physics basically tells you that everything exists in superposition.
Right.
Right.
In a zillion different ways all at once.
Every subatomic particle that ever existed has the chance to exist anywhere at any point in time.
And always has.
And then when it's observed by an observer, it collapses and becomes that. Okay? Very interesting principle, exactly how video games are. In video games, you have the entire game world on the hard drive of your console. The player turns right, that part of the game world is rendered, the rest is in superposition.
Supposition meaning?
Superposition means it's available to be rendered, but you have to observe.
No, it doesn't really exist.
The player has to turn to the other side and see it.
And that was allowed.
Okay? I mean, think about the truth of physics, the truth of the fact that this is entirely empty space. These are tiny, tiny, tiny. I think,
not even touching.
Almost nothing in terms of mass, but connected with, enough energy so that my finger cannot go through my hand. But even when I hit this...
Your hand against your finger?
Yeah. When I hit my hand against my finger, that sensation is felt in my brain. It's an electrical signal that went through the wires. There's absolutely no way to differentiate that from a signal that can come to you through a Neuralink kind of interface, a computer-brain interface, a CBI, right? So a lot of those things are very, very, very possible. But the truth is, most of the world is not physical. Most of the world happens inside our imagination, our processors.
And I guess it doesn't really matter to our reality.
It doesn't at all. So this is the interesting bit. The interesting bit is it doesn't at all.
Because we still, if this is a video game, we live with consequence.
This is your subjective experience of it.
Yeah, and there's consequence in this. I don't like pain.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And I like having orgasms. It's like
and you're playing by the rule of the game.
Yeah.
Right? And it's quite interesting. And going back to a conversation we should have, it's the interesting bit is if I'm not the avatar, if I'm not this physical form, if I'm the consciousness wearing the headset, what should I invest in? Should I invest in this video game, this level? Or should I invest in the real avatar, in the real me? And not the avatar, but the consciousness, if you want, spirit, if you're religious.
If you love the Diary of a CEO brand, woo! That was too much. All right, I'm gonna cut this stream short for now because I think I did all the stuff that was popping at the moment. I'll be back a little bit later with my brother. Thank y'all for hanging out. Do not forget to like and subscribe.